her dreams of traveling because she had to face the reality of having a job. David tells her he works in banking and invites her to come to Rome with him, which Millie obviously accepts. All this is overheard by Griffin, who somehow is in the bar too. Meanwhile, Roland arrives at the police station pretending to be CIA and punches the detective when he isn't believed. Then he interrogates Mark, promising he does believe the crazy story about teleportation. Relieved to have found an ally, Mark tells Roland everything about David and Millie. Roland immediately calls his men to send them to Italy. A few hours later, David and Millie arrive in Rome and check in at a very luxurious hotel. Millie starts getting suspicious of David's real job, but he swears he isn't lying. The two of them end up getting frisky for a while before they finally leave the hotel and enjoy the beauty of Rome while Griffin watches them from afar. Eventually David and Millie try to enter the Colosseum, but it's already closed for the day. While Millie is distracted, David teleports inside to get a side door open and pretends he found it like that. The couple wanders around and enjoys the history behind these views, with David pulling the same trick whenever they find a locked door. When he tries to gain access to the lower area, he bumps into Griffin relieving himself on a pillar. David tries to ignore him, but Griffin suddenly teleports in front of him and reveals there are jumpers all over the world. Griffin scolds David for bringing a not jumper into this and carelessly jumping around because he gained the attention of the wrong people. At that moment, the paladins enter the Colosseum and start chasing the boys. David is immediately shocked with a baton and he can't move, but Griffin has more experience with these guys' tricks. He teleports away in seconds and quickly knocks them out one by one. Then he tells David about the paladin organization before disappearing. Suddenly an employee from the Colosseum shows up screaming for help, so David jumps into the jump scar left by Griffin's teleportation, allowing him to find his secret hideout in the desert. Furious, Griffin reminds him he left Millie alone and David immediately jumps back to drag Millie out of the building. Unfortunately, the police are waiting outside and arrest them both. 8 hours later, the cops are still trying to interrogate David, although they can't make a formal arrest until the magistrate from the US Embassy arrives. This magistrate turns out to be Mary, who frees David from his handcuffs